This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Truck crashes into 3 vehicles on Spurtree Hill. At least 6 people narrowly escaped a serious injury following a 4-vehicle crash on the Spurtree Hill Main Road in Manchester on Tuesday afternoon. One of the drivers involved in the crash told the news that an out-of-control truck traveling downhill collided with 3 cars all heading in the opposite direction. When the truck hit the first vehicle, then the second vehicle, and was coming towards me, I was like, God, if this is it, me dead now. We are beg you save we. I was on the phone with somebody talking, and I was telling him that a truck a go kill we if I come down, but God a go save we, he said. This latest crash follows Monday's incident in which another truck overturned on the incident-prone main road. The crucial Spurtree Hill Main Road links Mandeville and its environs to St. Elizabeth and points west. Heavily laden, slow-moving trucks often hinder traffic on the steep, difficult hill, and there have been a number of tragic accidents involving trucks down the years. Elderly man chopped to death, suspect in custody. An elderly man was chopped to death in Morgan's Bridge on Mint Road in Westmoreland on Monday afternoon. He has been identified as 60-year-old Dalbert Stepper Jolly. Reports from the Morgan's Bridge police are that about 4 p.m., Jolly and another man had a dispute when Jolly brandished a machete. The man managed to disarm him and used the machete to chop him several times. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Jolly's body was seen at the rear of a building. He was suffering from chop wounds. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The other man is in police custody. The officer in charge of operations for the Westmoreland Police Division, Deputy Superintendent Adrian Hamilton, told the news that the suspect had not been charged as the police are still carrying out investigations. Police actively pursuing investigation into Shabdon. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey says the police are actively pursuing an investigation into popular dancehall producer Linval Shabdon Thompson Jr. Shabdon, who was freed of gun charges in April, was arrested again on Friday, June 3, by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force following an operation in St. Catherine South. Law enforcers say the producer is a person of interest in a triple murder which occurred in Rose Heights, St. James on May 25. In the Jamaica Constabulary Force's monthly press conference held on Tuesday, DCP Bailey revealed that the police have adequate evidence against Shabdon, which led to his arrest last week. The top cop said the producer will be interviewed in short order and the proper course of justice meted out as a result. I know that he will be interviewed and I can't comment any further on that, but the evidence that we have has implicated him, and whatever action that needs to be taken will be taken after. Shabdon remains in police custody, but his lawyer, Donahue Martin, has disclosed that his legal team intends to submit a bail application. Laborer found with bullet wounds in Pleasant Hill, St. Mary. A 47-year-old laborer has become the latest murder victim in St. Mary when his body was found with bullet wounds at his home in the community of Pleasant Hill near Anota Bay on Monday, June 6. The deceased has been identified as Kingsley Brown. According to reports, residents became suspicious after not seeing Brown in the community since Saturday. On Monday at about 11 a.m., residents went to his house where Brown's body was discovered on the floor in a pool of blood. The police were alerted and the body was later removed to the morgue. Investigations are ongoing, the police said. A total of 21 people have been killed in St. Mary since the start of the year. St. James man electrocuted while picking breadfruit. An attempt to pick breadfruit in the community of Coral Gardens in St. James on Tuesday morning turned deadly. Ashley Jarrett, a caretaker in the neighboring community of Ironshore, was reportedly using a stick to pick breadfruit when it came into contact with a high-tension wire and he was electrocuted. The incident is said to have occurred at about 9:30 a.m. Teams from the police, the fire brigade, and the Jamaica Public Service Company were dispatched, and he was removed from the tree. He succumbed to his injuries. Thieves spray paint cameras steal $8 million from Western Union in St. Mary. Thieves made off with almost $8 million in Jamaican and foreign currencies after breaking into a Western Union outlet in Oracabessa, St. Mary on Tuesday morning. The culprits reportedly spray-painted the CCTV cameras and pried the grill to the outlet before making off with a vault containing the cash, police said. The stolen money consisted of Jamaican $6,422,146, US $5,935, Canadian $700, 1,720 pounds sterling and euro $670. Superintendent Bobette Morgan Simpson, the commanding officer for the St. Mary Police, said the robbers were fully masked. It was well planned and well executed, so we have no idea who these persons are, Superintendent Morgan Simpson told the news. The police reported that Monday evening, the outlet supervisor checked the day's transaction, placed the money in a vault, locked it at the business place and went home. About 3:28 a.m., the Hawkeye Security Response Team received an alert from the Western Union, went to the location, and observed that the grills to the building were pried. The police were summoned and it was observed that the robbers spray-painted the CCTV cameras on the building with black paint. The police discovered that the robbers pried the grills that led to the upstairs of the building where the Western Union is located and also the grill at the entrance of the outlet. The robbers then entered, ransacked the outlet, and stole the vault containing the cash. St. James, a taxi operator murdered across from police station. A taxi operator was gunned down in downtown Montego Bay, St. James this afternoon. The shooting happened at the Cambridge taxi stand, which is located across from the Barnett Street police station. The deceased has been identified as 56-year-old Stanley Rose, who lived in Retrieve in Cambridge in the parish. It is reported that around midday, the cabbie was sitting in his vehicle with the passengers when a man wearing a mask walked up and opened fire, hitting him multiple times. The shooter escaped on foot. Cops from the nearby police station rushed from the compound and discovered the man suffering from gunshot wounds in his taxi. The scene was processed. Investigations are ongoing. Police identify suspects in Torr's Pen quadruple murder. 2 male suspects have been identified by the police in Sunday night's drive-by shooting in Torr's Pen, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson disclosed that they were previously charged with murder. He also informed that one was reported on bail while the other absconded. Anderson, who was speaking at a police press conference today, said the shooting was linked to ongoing gang conflict. The police report that about 7:30 p.m., men were along the roadway when they were pounced upon by armed men who opened gunfire. The attackers then fled. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, 5 men were taken to hospital, where 4 were pronounced dead and the 5th admitted in stable condition. 27 guns seized in the first 6 days of June. The seizure of illegal guns continues by the police with the recovery of 27 weapons over the first 6 days of June. This was disclosed by Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson at a press conference this afternoon. Anderson said this was a major haul when compared to the 9 recovered during the corresponding period last year. He disclosed that up to May 31, a total of 320 guns were removed from the nation's streets, representing a 2% increase when compared to 2021. The figure for last year was 314 firearms. Anderson indicated that since the start of the year, 401 persons were arrested and charged for illegal possession of firearms and ammunition, and a total of 6,380 rounds of ammunition were seized in the period, which is more than the 4,483 that were recovered last year. The police commissioner indicated that murders have seen a 6.3% increase during the period of the review, with the gang conflict the leading driver behind the majority of the homicides. He did not provide figures. However, Anderson said the police will be strengthening its approach to tackling crime with the aim of significantly reducing homicides in June. Tivoli Gardens principal remains in hospital after fainting. Principal of Tivoli Gardens High School in Kingston, Marvin Johnson, remains hospitalized after fainting yesterday following an incident between a teacher and a student. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps of the Kingston Western Police says investigators intend to meet with Johnson after he recuperates. The altercation between the student and the teacher happened about 11 a.m. The 16-year-old is accused of assaulting the 56-year-old teacher. The incident was captured on video, which has gone viral. The teen has since been charged with assault occasioning bodily harm and is scheduled to appear in court on June 21. At this point, Phipps said no charge has been laid against the teacher. Johnson fainted after news of the incident emerged. 2 listed as persons of interest in St. Catherine. The St. Catherine North Police Division have listed 2 persons of interest who they believe can assist with investigations into recent incidents of violence in the division. They are 27-year-old Neville Butler of Old Harbor Road, St. Catherine, and Damon Davis, otherwise called Wasi and the Spinball of St. John's Road, St. Catherine. The men are asked to turn themselves into the Spanish Town Police by 5 p.m. Tuesday, June 7. Anyone with information that can assist the police is also urged to contact investigators immediately at 876-984-2874 or Crime Stop at 311. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.